All right, so we're diving into some pretty cool stuff today. You getting ready for an electrical transmission system operator interview.
Oh, yeah.
Big responsibility, huh? Making sure the lights stay on for everyone.
Yeah, keeping the power grid humming.
No pressure, right? But we've got you covered. We've
Absolutely.
been digging into some awesome career guides and prep materials from RoleCatcher.
Great resources.
And this stuff is gold,
It really is. Especially with how fast the energy world is changing.
for sure.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in with a question that RoleCatcher highlights as a classic. Can you explain your experience working with electrical transmission systems? It's like everyone gets asked this one,
It is a common one.
but I bet there's a way to make your answer really stand out.
Definitely. You're right, it's common, which means it's even more important to nail it.
So what are they really looking for here?
Well, it's more than just listing off your past jobs, right? They want to understand how your specific experiences have prepared you for this role.
Makes sense. So instead of just job titles, what should you focus on?
Think about the skills you've developed that directly relate to being an electrical transmission system operator.
Like what?
Things like troubleshooting, problem-solving, decision-making under pressure.
Ah, yeah, those critical skills.
Exactly. Those are the gems you want to highlight.
Got it.
And here's a pro tip. Quantify your accomplishments whenever possible.
Oh, I like that.
Don't just say you improved system reliability.
Right. Be specific.
Instead, say something like, during my time at X company, I implemented a new maintenance program that reduced outages by 15%.
Ooh, numbers.
Exactly. Numbers make an impact. They turn a vague statement into a concrete example of your expertise.
It's like showing them, hey, I'm just talk the talk. I've got the results to back it up.
Exactly. And you know what's even cooler?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you with this.
Really?
You can upload your resume, and it will scan it for keywords and skills that are relevant to the specific job description.
So it's like having a personal resume editor.
It's pretty amazing. It can even suggest ways to rephrase your bullet points to make them more impactful.
Wow, okay. I'm definitely checking that out later.
Yeah.
So let's say you've aced that first question and the interviewer is impressed. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might dig deeper into specific projects you've worked on,
Okay.
asking about the challenges you faced, the decisions you made, and the outcomes you achieved.
Makes sense. So they want to see how you think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They might ask you to explain a technical concept related to electrical transmission system.
Oh, getting technical.
But here's the twist. They want you to explain it in a way that someone without a technical background could understand.
Ah, so it's testing your communication skills too.
Exactly. Can you break down complex ideas? Make it accessible to anyone.
That's a great point. It's not just about knowing your stuff. It's about being able to explain it clearly to others. Okay, let's move on to another question that I think a lot of people struggle with. How do you manage and prioritize tasks in a fast-paced environment? This feels especially relevant in this field where things can change so quickly.
It's a crucial skill, for sure. Things can get hectic when you're dealing with the power grid.
So what are they really getting at with this question?
They want to see how you stay organized, focused, and effective under pressure.
Right, because when the power's out, people aren't exactly known for their patience.
Exactly. So you need to show them you have a system, a method to your madness.
So instead of just saying, I make a to-do list, what kind of approach would really impress them?
Think about specific prioritization techniques you use.
Give me an example.
Maybe you're a fan of the Eisenhower matrix, where you categorize tasks by urgency and importance.
Okay, I've heard of that one. What else?
Or perhaps you use a Kanban board to visually track your workflow.
Ah, yeah, those are popular.
The key is to describe your method clearly and concisely.
So don't ramble on.
No, keep it focused. And even better, give a real-world example of how you used it to successfully handle a high-pressure situation.
So show them you can walk the walk.
Precisely.
Mm.
And you know what's really helpful here?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your practice interview answers.
Oh, that's cool.
And it provides feedback on how to structure your response, how to make it more concise, and how to emphasize the key points that will resonate with the interviewer.
Wow, it's like having a virtual interview coach in your pocket.
It really is.
I love it. Okay, so we've talked about organization and prioritization, but what about staying calm under pressure? I feel like that's got to be huge in this job.
Absolutely. The RoleCatcher Career Guides actually emphasize that a lot.
Makes sense. I mean, when you're responsible for keeping the electricity flowing, you can't afford to panic when things go wrong.
Exactly. And that's something you can definitely highlight in your answer to this question.
So show them you've got the right temperament for the job.
Right. Show them you have the mental agility to handle the demands of the role. Okay, let's dive into another question from RoleCatcher's list.
Okay, hit me.
Can you explain a complex technical concept related to electrical transmission systems to someone without a technical background?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's all about communication skills.
But I think it also reveals how deeply you understand these concepts.
You're absolutely right. If you can explain it simply, you really know your stuff.
So let's say they ask you to explain reactive power. I'm guessing analogies and real-world examples would be key here. What kind of example would really showcase your understanding?
That's a great example. Reactive power can be tricky to explain,
It is.
but you could use the analogy of beer foam.
Beer foam.
Oh,
Okay, I'm intrigued.
imagine you order a pint, but it's all foam.
Yeah.
You're not really getting the full amount of beer, right?
Sadly, no.
Similarly, reactive power is like the foam in the electrical system.
I see where you're going with this.
It takes up space but doesn't actually do any useful work.
Okay, I love that analogy. It's simple, relatable, and it perfectly captures the essence of the concept.
And it shows that you can not only understand complex technical concepts, but also translate them into a language that anyone can grasp.
This is making me think about all those times I've tried to explain technical stuff to my friends and family and just ended up confusing them even more.
Uh-huh. We've all been there.
I need to practice my analogies. Okay, so what kind of follow-up questions might come after this one?
The interviewer might ask you to explain a different concept.
Like what?
Maybe something related to voltage regulation or power flow analysis.
Okay.
They might also ask about your experience using visual aids or presentations to explain technical information to non-technical audiences.
So it's about being a good communicator in all sorts of ways.
Absolutely.
This is making me realize that being an electrical transmission system operator isn't just about being a technical whiz.
Nope.
It's also about being a great communicator.
You got it. And that's something that the RoleCatcher career guides emphasize as well. They talk about the importance of clear and concise communication, both written and verbal, as a key skill for success in this field.
That makes sense. After all, you'll be working with a team of operators, engineers, and other stakeholders.
Also collaboration.
So being able to communicate effectively is essential.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to another question that I think is really interesting. How have you handled a situation where you had to make a critical decision with limited information?
Ooh, that sounds intense.
It is. This question is getting at your ability to think on your feet and make tough calls.
Which I'm guessing is a pretty regular occurrence in this line of work.
You're right. Unexpected events can happen at any time in this field.
So what are they looking for in your answer?
They want to understand your decision-making process, how you assess risks, how you remain calm and focused under pressure.
So it's not just about the decision itself, it's about the process.
Exactly. So what kind of story or example would really showcase those skills?
Good question.
Think about a time when you were faced with a problem or a challenge where you didn't have all the information you needed to make a perfect decision.
Like what kind of situation?
Maybe you were dealing with an equipment malfunction,
Uh-oh.
or a sudden change in load demand,
Yeah, those can be tricky.
or even a weather-related event that impacted the grid.
Like a storm knocking out power lines.
Exactly. The RoleCatcher guide actually mentions an example of an operator who had to make a call about rerouting power during a severe thunderstorm.
That sounds stressful.
It was. They had limited information about the storm's path and intensity.
So they had to make a judgment call.
Exactly.
Ah,
But they had to act quickly to prevent a potential overload.
wow, high stakes.
And what's key here is to walk the interviewer through your thought process.
Show your work, so to speak.
Exactly. Explain how you gathered the available information, how you evaluated the potential risks and benefits of different courses of action, and how you ultimately arrived at your decision.
So even if the outcome wasn't perfect, you can still highlight what you learned.
Absolutely. It's all about demonstrating your ability to adapt, learn, and grow as a professional. And remember,
What's that?
RoleCatcher's AI can help you craft a compelling narrative around your experience.
Okay, how so?
You can practice your answer, get feedback on your delivery, and even identify areas where you can add more detail or clarity.
So it's like having a virtual storytelling coach.
Pretty much. This is making me realize that preparation is everything.
Yeah, you can have all the skills and experience in the world, but if you don't know how to present them effectively in an interview,
It won't matter.
right, you're not going to get the job.
And that's why resources like RoleCatcher are so valuable. They give you the tools and the insights you need to showcase your best self and make a lasting impression on the interviewer.
Okay, let's take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll dive into even more challenging interview questions and explore how RoleCatcher's AI can help you navigate them with confidence. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into electrical transmission system operator interviews.
We're tackling those tough questions head on using those great insights from RoleCatcher.
Giving you a real edge.
Exactly. Before the break, we were talking about decision-making under pressure.
Right, those limited information scenarios.
Yeah, and how you can really showcase your skills there. But
Yeah,
now,
let's shift gears a bit
okay, where are we going?
to a question that's all about the future. How do you stay up to date with the latest developments in electrical transmission systems? This field is constantly evolving.
It's like the whole energy landscape is transforming, especially with renewables and everything.
Absolutely. So when you're answering this question, think beyond just textbooks and manuals.
Okay.
They want to see that you're actively engaged in the industry, seeking out new knowledge and staying ahead of the curve.
So conferences, workshops, online courses, things like that.
All fantastic. Mention specific ones you've attended or plan to attend, like the IEP ST&D conference, or maybe some courses on smart grid technologies.
Drop in those names.
Shows you're in the loop. And don't forget about industry publications.
Like what?
Things like IE transactions on power delivery, that kind of stuff.
So it's like speaking their language, showing you're part of the community.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer.
Okay, I'm always up for a game changer. How so?
You can plug in keywords like smart grid or renewable integration, and it'll pull up relevant conferences, courses, even articles tailored to what employers are looking for.
So it's like having a personalized research assistant.
It's pretty amazing.
I hope.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit and talk about a question that can be a little tricky. Can you describe a time when you had a conflict with a coworker and how you resolved it?
Ooh, yeah, that one. Not so technical.
No, but it reveals a lot about how you'd fit into a team environment
Because in this role, you're going to be collaborating with a lot of different people.
all the time. So showing that you can handle conflict constructively is key.
So how do you answer this without sounding like you're bad-mouthing a former colleague?
That's the key, right? Focus on the resolution, not the drama.
Okay.
Use the STAR method.
What's that?
Situation, task, action, result.
Okay, I like acronyms.
Describe the situation briefly, then highlight the actions you took to resolve the conflict, emphasizing things like communication compromise, finding common ground. And don't forget to mention the positive result.
Like maybe the conflict actually led to a better understanding or even a stronger working relationship.
Exactly. It's about turning a negative into a positive, showing that you can learn and grow from difficult situations. And here's another tip from RoleCatcher.
Okay, lay it on me.
Use their AI to practice your answer out loud. The AI can analyze your tone of voice, your pacing, even your word choice to make sure you're coming across as calm, collected, and solution-oriented.
Wow, that's like having a personal communication coach.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Ready for another tricky one?
Hit me.
What are your salary expectations?
Oh, yeah.
Talking about money can be a little awkward,
It is. It's like nobody wants to be the first one to bring it up.
but it's something you need to be prepared to discuss in an interview.
So how do you find that sweet spot, without underselling yourself or seeming unrealistic?
Research is key. Use websites like Glassdoor or Salary.com to get a sense of the average salary range for electrical transmission system operators in your area.
Okay, so know your worth.
Exactly. And don't forget to factor in your experience, your qualifications, any specialized skills you bring to the table.
So you're not just throwing out a random number.
No, you want to be able to back it up with solid data.
Show them you've done your homework.
Exactly. And you know what's even cooler?
What's that?
RoleCatcher actually has a salary tool that uses AI to analyze millions of data points, including job postings, company profiles, even regional trends.
So it takes all the guesswork out of it.
Pretty much. It can give you a personalized salary estimate based on your specific profile and the job you're applying for.
That's incredible. It's like having a secret weapon in your salary negotiation arsenal.
And when you're confident in your worth, it shows. It can even impact your performance during the interview. It can make you come across as more self-assured and capable. Okay, let's dive into another question that's all about teamwork. Can you describe a time when you had to work as part of a team to achieve a common goal?
Ah, the classic teamwork question. But I bet it's still important.
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity to showcase your collaborative skills and how you work effectively with others.
So what kind of example would really stand out here?
Think about a project or a situation where you had to collaborate with others, especially under pressure.
Okay.
Maybe it was resolving a complex outage, implementing a new system upgrade, or even just coordinating a routine maintenance task.
So lots of possibilities.
And the RoleCatcher Guide emphasizes the importance of highlighting your specific role within the team and the contributions you made to the overall success of the project.
So don't just say, we worked as a team.
Right. Instead, explain how you communicated effectively with your team members, how you shared ideas and resources, and how you worked together to overcome challenges and achieve the desired outcome.
Show them you were a key player.
And if you had any leadership responsibilities within the team, definitely highlight those as well.
Like what?
Did you delegate tasks effectively? Did you motivate your team members? Did you step up to resolve conflicts or make critical decisions? These are all examples of leadership qualities that will impress the interviewer.
It's like showing them you're not just a team player, you're a team leader in the making.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here's another tip from RoleCatcher. Use their AI to analyze your answer for keywords related to teamwork and leadership. The AI can identify areas where you can strengthen your response by adding more specific examples or using more impactful language.
It's like having a virtual interview coach who's also a master of language and persuasion. Okay, so we've talked about teamwork, communication, decision-making. Is there anything else that's really crucial for success in this field?
You know, one of the things that the RoleCatcher Career Guides emphasize is the importance of networking.
Networking. It's
Yeah.
all about who you know, right?
In any field, it can be incredibly valuable. And in the world of electrical transmission, building relationships with other professionals can open doors to new opportunities, provide you with valuable insights, and even help you stay up to date on industry trends.
So it's like having a built-in support system.
Exactly. So how can our listener tap into that network, especially if they're just starting out in their career?
That's a good question.
There are a few things they can do. First, attend industry conferences and events. These are great places to meet other professionals, learn about new developments, and even make connections that could lead to job opportunities. Second, join professional organizations like the IE Power and Energy Society.
Those are great ideas. What else?
And don't forget about LinkedIn.
Yes, LinkedIn, the virtual networking hub.
Exactly. It's a fantastic tool for connecting with other professionals in the field, following industry leaders, and even joining groups and discussions related to electrical transmission.
It's like building your own personal network of experts and mentors.
Precisely. And you know what? RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you with this as well. You can use their platform to connect with other professionals who are using RoleCatcher, expand your network, and even get advice and support from more experienced individuals in the field.
Wow, it's like having a virtual career coach and a network of mentors all rolled into one.
Exactly. And that's what's so exciting about the resources that are available today. You don't have to navigate this journey alone. You have access to tools, information, and support that can help you achieve your career goals.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of electrical transmission system, operator interviews, and the exciting career paths that await.
We've tackled tough questions, explored strategies for success, and even tapped into the power of AI with RoleCatcher.
And in the final part of our deep dive, we'll wrap things up with some more challenging interview questions and some broader career insights from RoleCatcher. So stay tuned. All right, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into these electrical transmission system operator interviews.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have. But we've still got some great tips and insights to help you really nail this thing.
Absolutely. Let's jump into another one of those curveball questions.
Okay, hit me.
Can you tell me about a time you made a mistake at work and how you handled it?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is. Nobody's perfect.
Definitely not.
But admitting to mistakes in an interview can feel a little risky.
It's like you don't want to give them a reason to doubt you.
Right. But what's interesting here is that the interviewer isn't looking for perfection.
They're not.
Nope. They want to see how you handle setbacks, learn from your mistakes, and ultimately grow as a professional.
So it's more about your response than the mistake itself.
Exactly. So what's the best way to approach this without shooting yourself in the foot?
Good question.
Choose a mistake that wasn't catastrophic,
Okay.
but still significant enough to have some learning value.
So like a minor slip-up, but not a total meltdown?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Briefly describe the situation and the error you made,
Okay.
but then quickly shift the focus to what you did about it.
Damage control.
Exactly. Explain the steps you took to correct the mistake, the lessons you learned, and how you've applied those lessons to prevent similar errors in the future.
So it's like turning a negative into a positive.
Precisely. You're showing that you're accountable and committed to continuous improvement.
And I bet RoleCatcher's AI can be helpful here too.
Absolutely. You can practice your answer, get feedback on your tone and delivery, and even use the AI to identify areas where you can strengthen your response by highlighting specific actions and outcomes.
It's like having a personal crisis management consultant for your interview.
I like that.
Oh,
Okay, let's move on to a question that often comes up towards the end of an interview.
okay, what is it?
Do you have any questions for me?
Ah, yes. The classic role reversal.
This is your chance to shine. You want to show that you've been paying attention, that you're genuinely interested, and that you're thinking beyond just getting the job.
So what kind of questions would really impress them?
Avoid asking about things that are easily found online, like basic company information or benefits.
Okay, so don't waste their time.
Right. Instead, ask insightful questions that demonstrate your understanding of the role, the industry, and the company's challenges and opportunities.
Give me some examples.
You could ask about the company's plans for integrating renewable energy sources,
That's a good one. Where?
or the role of technology in grid modernization,
Okay.
or even the specific challenges that the team is currently facing.
So it's like showing them that you're not just looking for a job.
Right.
You're looking for a career where you can make a real impact.
Exactly. And you know what?
Right.
RoleCatcher can actually help you formulate these insightful questions.
Really?
Their AI can analyze the company's website, recent news articles, and even industry trends to suggest questions that are tailored to the specific organization and the role you're applying for.
Wow. It's like having a personal research assistant who's also a master strategist.
Exactly. Okay, before we wrap up, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
We've focused a lot on the interview itself.
Right. All those tricky questions.
Yeah. But what about the career path for an electrical transmission system operator? Where can this role lead, especially as the energy landscape continues to evolve?
Yeah, that's a great question. What are the possibilities?
Well, with experience and continued learning, you could move into supervisory roles,
Okay.
eventually becoming a system control supervisor or a grid operations manager.
So room for growth.
Absolutely. You could also specialize in areas like renewable energy integration, smart grid technologies, or cybersecurity, which is becoming increasingly important for protecting critical infrastructure.
So many options.
It's an exciting field with lots of potential. And remember, continuous learning is key.
Never stop learning.
Exactly. Staying up to date on industry trends, pursuing certifications, and even considering advanced degrees can all open doors to new opportunities and career advancement.
It's like this role is a launch pad for a whole range of career options within the energy sector.
Precisely. And you know what? RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource throughout your career journey. Their AI-powered platform can help you identify relevant training programs, connect with mentors in your field, and even track your progress as you develop new skills and pursue your career goals.
So it's not just for interview prep, it's for your entire career.
Exactly. It's a tool that can help you at every stage of your journey.
Wow. This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of electrical transmission system, operator interviews, and the exciting career paths that await.
We've tackled those tough questions, explored strategies for success, and even tapped into the power of AI with RoleCatcher.
So to everyone out there getting ready for these interviews, remember you've got this.
Absolutely.
With hard work, smart preparation, and the right tools in your arsenal, you can absolutely crush it and launch your career in a field that's literally powering the world.
Best of luck, and we'll see you next time on another deep dive.
Into a fascinating new topic.